Okay, now you guys, we are going on to the face brushes, the contour brushes, the nose contour brushes, like anything that goes on my face. I'm gonna start off with these because I don't want to call this a dupe, but I want to give you options on this one. So when I'm not using a beauty blender to blend out my concealer, I'm using one of these brushes because I like the fact that it's angular, so it allows me to get under my eye really great. But I'm showing you both of these because this is from that Sonia Kashuk 15th anniversary. It's hard to say that in one sentence, but this is from their 15th anniversary brush set. So I wanted to show you another option because I just found out about this myself. It can kind of prick you a little bit, so I use it with a very, very light hand, but I love it. That one you may not be able to find, so I have another one for you. And look what I did to it. But this is the Makeup Geek angled stippling brush, and I use that for the same thing under the eye. Now this is way soft, you guys. I don't even know if you can tell, but see how soft that is? I will use this to blend out my concealer, and I also use this to set my concealer with the powder, okay? So I'm not trying to put it all on my face because I just did my makeup and I'm about to go to the beach, but you get the picture. You guys, all I did was spot clean because I literally just used all these brushes, but I did not want to bring them to you all soiled looking, okay? So if you see a little bit of foundation, I just used it. But this is Makeup Geek's Face Buffer Brush, and I just used this today to apply my MAC waterproof foundation, and this is great. It does buff it into the skin. When I put on my foundation, I usually use a beauty blender, but with that MAC waterproof foundation, I told y'all about that. It stains some stuff, okay? So this is a perfect brush to use for it because it has a dark tip, and even if I can't get it out like all the way, you can't really tell. Shh, it's our little secret, okay? But on the beauty blender, I cannot have my beauty blenders on display and they have foundation all over them. Not the business. So another brush I use to blend out my foundation, let's say if I use my Smashbox BB water because it's really, really thin, or if I use a tinted moisturizer, or if I use my MAC waterproof foundation, I'll use this one as well. And this one is the Expert Face Brush by Real Techniques, and it comes in that same set as the concealer one that I showed you, but I prefer to use the Makeup Geek one when I'm using my MAC waterproof foundation because, like I said, it stains. But this is a great buff brush. I love both of these, but the thing about the Makeup Geek brush is that it has a dark tip, which I told you I like, and it's bigger, so you can work quicker. The next item I have is another Morphe brush. Now this right here reminds me of the Sigma, I cannot remember the number right now, but it is a precision face brush, and they have like 4 of them. I bought a set of them, but this reminds me of that one because they have one that's round, they have one that's flat, they have one that's angular, and I can't remember what the other one is, but I love them. But this one I like more because I should have showed you that one too, but this one I like more. First of all, it's cheaper than the Sigma ones, and second of all, it is more dense, so I feel like it blends better. Sometimes I will use this to do concealer, but most of the time I use this to blend out my color corrector. So I put that all over my face and I kind of buff it out with this brush, and then I take a beauty blender and just kind of like, I don't know, make sure it's blended out. And I don't know, that beauty blender just works wonders, y'all. But I love this to start off the whole color correcting process. Okay, contour brushes. And I know they look the same, but they are not exactly the same. And I use them both every single time I contour. I don't know if you guys noticed in videos, like I might have tricked you because I might have used one and I might have switched to the other one and you probably didn't even know it. But this one is the MAC 163 brush, and this is the Makeup Geek chisel brush. Now let me tell you why I have 2 and why I love them both. This one I like because it is stiff and it is short, right? So when I go to chisel that cheek, it does not move, it stays right there, right? But then I take a beauty blender to kind of blend it out. Now this one I like because it is not as stiff. It is a little bit longer, same concept, but a little bit longer, but it is more gentle. It's more soft, okay? A little more flexible. So I like that for my nose because when I'm contouring my nose, I like to place it and blend it so I don't have this harsh line. So it works to place and blend at the same time. Now for my cheek, it will do the same thing, but it doesn't blend it like in circular motions like I like it. It will blend it in a line. So that is why I prefer to use this just for placement because it's harder. And so when I go to put it, like see how that bends when I go to place? This one, it just places and doesn't move. So that's why I like both of them. And so this is the MAC 227 brush. And I used to use this one to contour my nose. I may go back to it every now and again, like it depends on what product I'm using, but I like this to contour my nose also because it fits perfectly. You can place it and you can blend as well. So I still love this one. That's why I'm showing you guys. Now the next items are all highlighting brushes, okay? Now, you guys, OMG. This is another Morphe brush, and like I think it's their deluxe fan brush, but again, this one does not have a name, guys, but it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. I love this. I love the way it places the product. I love the way it blends the product out. But even for a person with like huge cheeks, such as myself, this thing is big. Like it covers up almost half of my face, right? So what I've been using is this one. Now this one is by Morphe also. And I promise you guys, like Morphe doesn't even know I'm doing this video, but I just legit like these products. But this is the Morphe M310. And this is another fan brush. And I like this one a lot because it's smaller, but I wish they had one this size made just like this, because life will be absolutely fantastic if they did that. Because this one, I like it, but it does not blend it out as you place it. It just kind of places it there. So I typically use my blush brush and then I kind of blend it out like that. There's also another highlight brush that I was using way before I got hip on these fan brushes and stuff. And this is the e.l.f. blush brush. Yes, it is a blush brush, but for me, like, what am I do with this little tiny brush? Like, look at it, it barely even goes over my cheek. And I like a blush brush where it's fluffy, big, and I can blend at the same time. So this is their blush brush. And it kind of has a point to it. So what I used to do was I would dip this in my highlight product and I would simply place it like right there. And you can blend and place it at the same time. So that's why I love this one as well. And now these are my favorite blush brushes at the moment. Now this right here is the Morphe G7 brush, and that's what it looks like. It still has a little blush on it. Sorry guys, but I love it because it's so perfect. It just blends it out like great, you guys. Like okay, so for me, I don't like my blush to just sit on the cheek. I need to be able to place it and blend. Place it and blend. So this works great for me. Love this one. Did I just say blush? What? Okay. The other brush, this is so hard to say. The other brush that I love for blush is by City Color, and it's CCF02. For the same reasons I love it, because you can apply your blush and you can blend it. But this one is a little more fluffy, or fluffier. Fluffy? Can I say fluffier? We're gonna say fluffier. So I've been running to this one more, but they're both awesome. Now, the last brush. Y'all been seeing this in videos. I love this brush. I absolutely love this brush. This is a Morphe brush and it's E1. And I think this is from it's this new collection. I think it's called Elite. I think that is what the E stands for. Yes, I think that's what it is. I'll put it in the description box. But this is the bomb. Look how big it is. I use this for powder. It's a powder brush. Well, that's what I use it for. I think it's called a deluxe face brush, if I'm not mistaken. But I love it because it makes me feel all glamorous and whatnot. You know, like I said this in another video, but it reminds me of like the black and white movie days where they had the nice little old school vanities and they had the big old powder brush. So I love it for that. And I like it because it just picks up the product and places it on, and I really don't have to blend like I usually do with the other brushes. I just pat and go on about my day. So you guys, as you can see, I have a load of brushes, and some of those I have used, some of those I have not even used yet. Some of them are just for decor, okay, because they're really, really pretty. But if I develop more favorites, or I start to use more and I lean towards more brushes, I'll come back and I'll do an updated video, okay? So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that if you're new to makeup, this has given you a little bit of direction. And if you are just looking for some new brushes, I hope this video helped you. So now, I am about to head over to the beach and see if I can line this tan up, because you see I got that line. Let's see if we can even that on out. You guys stay tuned for the beach makeup video, because that is forthcoming. I don't know which one of these videos will go first, but I suggest you subscribe so you don't miss any of them, okay? So if you like this video, don't forget to thumbs up. And until the next video, you guys have an awesome, blessed day, and I will see you sooner than you think. Oh, also you guys, I have a new banner on my channel. I have a new logo. I have a new profile, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, like you name it. All right. So take a look-see and let me know what you think. Bye.